Everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. So if you woke up today in a good mood, if you woke up today in a bad mood, you should now be in a good mood. I mean, if you're watching the show, you should be in a really good mood. Bitcoin has hit over $100,000. That's right. Currently, it is at $102,332. So is that a huge move? No, it's only 3.62%. But it is a psychological move. It's sort of like when oil hit $100. I know I keep using that example, but it is the best example there is when you're comparing this. And when oil hit $100, it was somebody that finally said, fine, here's $100 for a barrel of oil. That's how it happened. And right now we're looking at $100,000. And I believe its impact or the reason might have been because of South Korea. I think the reason could have involved South Korea. Because other news like Mt. Gox transferring $2.43 billion in BTC after the surge, that's interesting. That's very interesting, right? Because it means that, you know, they get to pay people back, but it means they get to pay people back with more. So, or we'll see how they do it, but that's a big deal. That's a very big deal. So there's a lot of speculation going on about that move. And then you have Paul Atkins was given the nod yesterday to be the next SEC chairman. A reason why that's a big deal is because he is very much pro-crypto. He is on the record as for criticizing the current regime over at the SEC's stance on crypto. That's kind of interesting to me. I don't know about you, but this is all some good news. But again, I keep telling people, pay attention to what's going on politically because it can have an effect financially. And there are a lot of contradictions that are happening right now, you know, with the new regime. So we need to pay attention to see what's going to stick. Like tariffs could wind up being bad, but that might get pushed aside for a little while. We'll see what happens. Wow, some big snowflakes outside. Then you also have things like, hey, we want to look at crypto differently. We might want to deregulate business, keeping an eye on banking. And yeah, we kind of want to deregulate that too. I think banks should have a new set of rules. I don't think it's about deregulation. I think it's about re-regulation, meaning redo everything. At least for me, that's what I'd be looking at. I'd be like, well, you know, there are too many regulations. And I think maybe some of them are wrong. Some of them are right. Instead of just willy-nilly going in and we're going to deregulate. No. How about we say we're going to rethink this? For modern times, we're going to rethink this. That would be smart. And it would not be a fast solution. Would not be a fast solution. Excuse me. So Paul Atkins getting there, you paying attention to what's going on politically that could affect your bags, very important. And then, you know, I keep telling people the GMB3. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and invest deliberately. The GMB3. Pay attention to that. It's applicable to almost any investment situation. As a matter of fact, I have yet to find an investment situation where that doesn't work. Just saying. Shiba Inu expands its ecosystem with a new token called Shifu. A new token aimed at boosting community engagement and driving further interest in SHIB amid an 80% price surge in the past 30 days. Yeah. I pay attention to what the Shiba Inu team is doing because they're concerned about their ecosystem, because they're concerned about their community. Those are their focuses. We focus on community, so we focus on ecosystem. Right? And I pay attention to that. Those are big moves. I think the biggest move out there right now, and it'll probably drop some jaws. Have you ever heard of 1 million transactions per second? I mean, Visa and MasterCard don't even do that. Amex doesn't do that. None of them do that. Cardano does that now. Hydra has been tapped into to prove the transaction speeds. Cardano's Hydra can transact 1 million transactions per second. If that's not jaw-dropping, I don't know what is. That is absolutely jaw-dropping. So I'm sitting back and I'm going, So imagine you walk up and you go, bam, the speed at which, the volume at which they can move. When you go to the store, right, you buy something, you pay with a credit card, debit card. When you pay like that, there's a whole process that kicks off that lasts at least 30 days. I believe up to 90 days. So that transaction isn't done for 30 to 60 days. Even after it closes, somebody could call up and be like, I don't want this anymore. 30 to 90 days that people can claw back their money. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, that's a long time for a business to feel like they actually made money. That's a long time to wait. With crypto, you walk over to the register, boop, boop, you pay with Cardano. As an example, you pay with Cardano. And then what happens? You've paid with Cardano, and then what happens? Nothing. It's done. The transaction's over right there. The vendor, the store that you're at, that store has their money immediately. Holy moly. Yeah, it changes things, right? And they don't have, if you bought something for $100, they don't have, $95 or $96 and change. They have their whole $100. We pay taxes. They pay fees and taxes. And they're saying, well, if you want the convenience of speed, you should pay for that convenience. Total change. So now that convenience is borne by the customer and not the store. So the store owner can make a little bit more money. Wow. That's going to be a mind-changing thing. And I think it's going to lead to changes in practice. You want to return something? Well, now when you buy something, you're going to make sure that you actually want to buy it. So imagine going to a store on, just before the Super Bowl and buying a big TV just so you can watch the game and then trying to return it the next day. They'll be able to say, well, we can restock that, but it's going to cost you X amount of money because when you open up a box, we can't sell it as new anymore. Glad you enjoyed the game, but we can't, sell it as new anymore. So we have to take a price hit. You're going to take that price hit. Becomes a different conversation. So look at that whole transaction process. I went in, I bought a television, I watched the Super Bowl, I came back and tried to return the television to get my money back. Oh yeah, sure, you can have your money back. Not all of it though. You're gonna pay for that. You taking a product, opening it, using it, putting it back in the box and bringing it here. I can't sell that as new. It is used. The person who now takes this television should not have to pay new television price for used television, which means we have to eat that, which means we're going to pass that along to you. And because we have all of the money already, we get to dictate that. So you would start to see rules change, return policies change based on local law and store policy. See how that works, see how that mindset changes. So you'll have people that will have to stop doing that. Credit card fraud? Ooh, yeah, nah. Not with crypto. Not your keys, not your crypto, right? So how you'd have to steal the crypto. That's a bigger problem. But fraud? Just saying. It'll be different. It would be different, and I think fraud would drop a lot. Because fraud can happen with crypto. So if you steal somebody's crypto and then you go use it, that's fraud. Because it's not your crypto, it's somebody else's crypto. Right? But that happening is going to be decreased. Maybe it'll increase because more and more people will be using crypto. Give me your keys. Tough to do. Most people don't have their keys, memorized. And then some people will think that, just a lot of different things. But I'm telling you, I think that the introduction of accepting crypto at the register, 1 million transactions per second. Like I said, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, name a card. They don't do it. 1 million transactions per second. Speed, resilience, security, privacy. Just saying. Big deals. Very big deals. Very, very big. Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz highlights the $100,000 milestone. Excuse me, and its psychological importance. Because once we busted through that barrier, things became a reality. Oh, it can definitely do, $100,000. Oh, no, it can't. No, it can't. No, it can't. Well, that question's been answered. So now you'll have more people that will believe that it can actually break $1 million. Now, all of a sudden, that $1 million mark seems like it could be a reality, that it could actually happen. Moving from 5 to 6 figures, moving from 6 to 7 figures could actually happen. And now people will start paying attention to the math, because that's what it is. What else do we have going on? ASIC proposes a digital asset regulation in Australia. It's called the Australian Securities and Investments Commission. Introduced new guidance for digital assets focused on the compliance under the Corporations Act, and offering temporary relief for licensing penalties. A softer touch for crypto. That's what that says. A softer touch for crypto. That's like a nod, kind of saying, yeah, we kind of didn't have the right rules before, but we're kind of getting them now. Yeah. That's a mighty big rule. That's a mighty big change. I like that change. So we'll see what happens. Again, I'm talking to you about global things because what happens around the world affects everything around the world. The world is no longer, a localized event. It truly, finance is truly global, and we need to start paying attention to it. It used to be that only institutions paid attention to it. Now regular people have to pay attention to it. Okay? Martial law in a financial hub of the world. Yeah, we should be paying attention to that. Russia now embracing Bitcoin when before they were like, no. Now even Putin saying, yeah. Should be paying attention to that. Because that's another move, because he said that yesterday. So yesterday that happened. The martial law thing started yesterday. We should be paying attention to that. 2 different areas. Big deal. One of the biggest deals that I reported yesterday was also the fact that Solana had a hack of their web3.js file. And it cost about $160,000, right? In actual costs. And it was a supply chain hack on the library that led to the losses from dApps, prompting an urgent update to secure projects. Now, take a step back and understand what's going on. That's not the network gremlin I was talking about. That's a totally new thing. And it's kind of like, is Solana asleep at the wheel? I wonder sometimes. I really do wonder. In light of how resilient and how strong Cardano is, Solana should be looking at that team and going, how are they doing it? Cardano's about to take off, I'm telling you. It's about to take off. We should be paying attention. Big attention. Anyway, you know what we should do? I should put my watermark on. That's number 1. Didn't do that. But you know what we should do? We should get into the numbers. So let's go do that. Let me get my notes out of the way. All right. So instead of starting with the winners, let's take a look at the losers. Scroll all the way down. Okay, it goes to full page. Wow, everybody here is a real loser. Let's see who we're paying attention to. Mu Dang. Wow, down 19%. It's 31% off its all-time high with a GMBX factor of 0.46. It had dropped 50%. Just saying, like they got the nod from Coinbase. They boosted when they got the nod, and then they dropped. I'm just saying, pay attention to what you're trying to buy out there. Pay attention to what you're trying to buy. Let's see who else is on here. Tron dropped 14%. It's got a GMBX factor of 0.29. Wonder why it's 0.29? That's profit taking because it just hit new highs. Just letting you know. Maker is down 10%. A GMBX factor of 1.92. It's 65.91% off its all-time high. You see how quickly and easily I can actually start to see things and put things together? I can see what's going on. XRP is down 9.11%. Oh, I don't like that number. The all-time high, they're 29% off its all-time high. Not that far away, in other words. It's got a GMBX factor of 0.42. Do I believe it's going to make it? Yeah. It's going to blow through their all-time high. People keep asking me about Lun-C. I have no thoughts. I'm not touching it. I would never touch it, period. Any other questions? Okay. Just checking. Who else am I paying attention to? Flare is down 7.85%. It's 78% off its all-time high with a GMBX factor of 3.64. I have not done any research on Flare. So I would not be able to tell you, do I believe that it will hit, that GMBX factor? Don't know. Don't know. Virtuals Protocol down 7.57%. It's got a GMBX factor of 0.21. It's moving. It's moving. Just saying. I haven't done any research on it, but somebody had brought it up. I've done a couple of articles on it. Could be something to pay attention to. SATS is down 7.32%. It's got a GMBX factor of 2.05, and it's about 67% off its all-time high. I don't know if SATS will come back. I don't think I'm really big on development on Bitcoin. I don't know. We'll see. Algorand down 7.21%, 86%, over 86% off its all-time high, a GMBX factor of 6.38. I used to love Algorand. I don't know. It's not something I'm betting on right now. I do not hold a bag of Algorand, but I do pay attention to it. Let's see who else. You float down. Gotius Maximus is down 6.38%, 43.84% off its all-time high, a GMBX factor of 0.78. It came on the scene, did a lot of stuff, dropped significantly, and that's where you are right now. Now you have to believe that. Remember, it's a meme, so you have to believe that the name is going to carry it. It's not. It doesn't do anything. It's not a utility. It's a utility token, utility coin. It doesn't do jack. So I don't know if I'm going to believe in that. Hedera is down 6.31%. It's 46% off its all-time high, 0.86 GMBX factor. Do I think it can do it? Absolutely. I think we're looking at profit taking right now, and it'll come back. That's honestly what I'm thinking. Let's go take a look at the winners. Yep, whole list of winners. Wow. It's almost equal on both sides. Pretty nice. So let's go back up to the top. Let's see who else is up that I'm paying attention to. Gala is up 11%, but that's 92% off their all-time high, 12.46%. That's interesting.
Starting over.
So that's interesting to me. Gala needs to get out of its own way. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something. Gala needs to get out of its own way. They've got issues, and if they take care of those issues, I think Gala would just fly. Gaming platform that I think, gaming team that I think it would just fly. Turbo is down, and the only reason why I'm talking about Turbo is because it's going to get listed on Coinbase. So it's up. It's up 10.59%, GMBX factor of 0.52, only 34% off its all-time high. Do I think it can do it? I don't know. I don't dip in the Turbo. It's just a meme coin, so I really don't know. Render is up. They actually do stuff. I love Render because I was able to shave off some profit and go put it into other coins. It's been doing well for me. So Render's up over 10%. It's got a GMBX factor of 0.35. I'm glad I left the bag there because it seems to be the gift that keeps on giving. So I'm liking it. Who else am I paying attention to? Stacks is up 7.55%, 24% off its all-time high with a GMBX factor of 0.34. I actually like Stacks. I'm not big on development on Bitcoin, but for some reason, don't ask me why, I just like Stacks. Like I can't even get it through my thick skull why I like Stacks. I just do. Let's see. Everybody was talking about Compound last night. $114. It's up 7.27%, right? It's got a GMBX factor of 6.94, 87% off its all-time high. There was a point where I wanted to buy Compound. I just didn't do it. It's on my list. It's actually still on my list to do research. I just didn't do it. I have not had time. Other things have come up that have, been prioritized. It's still not high up on the list. It's on the list at least, but it's not high up on the list. So there's that. Bitcoin Cash, BCH, is up, right? It's at $614. It's up 7.26%. It is 83% off its all-time high. It's got a GMBX factor of 5.16. I'm just saying, if you see Bitcoin go up, Bitcoin Cash is probably going to go up. Let's see who else is on here. Bitcoin SV, BSV, up 6.61%. Also 82% off its all-time high with a GMBX factor of 4.76. Why is everybody up? Bitcoin passed $100,000. Really simple. Yesterday, I sold some Doge. I sold half my Doge bag to go buy other coins that are also up. So I'm actually happy about that. So my remaining Doge is also up 44 cents. It's up 6.45%. Got a GMBX factor of 0.64, and it's only 39% off its all-time high. Doge to me is still a meme coin, right? I don't care what anybody says. It's a meme coin to me. Does it get used in other places around the world? Sure, I guess. Right? But for me, it doesn't do anything. Right? I think Shiba Inu does a lot more. It has a real ecosystem. It's got real things going on, showing real utility. I like Shiba a lot more. But when I sold my Doge had maintained. XRP took a slight dip. And I was like, took a slight dip versus Doge. So I was like, if I know what I'm going to sell, I sold some Doge, I sold some Render, and I sold something else. But both of those coins allowed me to buy other coins because they were either up or stead, while these other coins against them were down. You see, you get the concept? So Render went up, XRP was down. I took some Render, bought some XRP, believing XRP will come back up. Just saying, I'm back to playing the arbitrage. I'm back to playing the Forex game with cryptos. Because most people think about buying crypto with their fiat when they could be thinking about buying crypto with their crypto. Right? You can either cut your losses, make an equal transaction, or do what I did and start to make money off of it, right? Render was up, XRP was down. Let me shave off some Render, buy some, flip it over to XRP, and wait for XRP to take off again. Ta-da. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. Hope you like what I deliver. I'll be back on later on. Like I said, Bitcoin has hit $100,000. That's a very big deal. If you want to learn more, hear more, tune in later at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do a live. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on there because, I was going to go to dinner, but I don't think I'm going to go. So we'll see. Anyway, it's Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.